Hi everyone and welcome to this first summary video of the Health, Fitness and Wellbeing unit. Now the previous units we've looked at impact of different aspects on sporting performance. Now we're going to look at health in general and how being fit and our wellbeing contributors to help live a healthy, active lifestyle. So what we need to know about this unit, we need to be able to define the term well-being and then look at three factors that are associated with well-being and then explain how each of those factors actually affects our overall well-being and how, if we lack in any of them, it can cause issues to our healthy, active lifestyles. Right, what well-being is, it's a general term used to describe a state of physical, emotional and social health. So it's not just not being unwell, it's those three facets of the physical well-being, emotional well-being and social well-being. And we're now going to have a look at how each of those ones contribute to a complete well-being. Right, looking at the three aspects, physical health, that relates to the components of fitness that you've studied on the PEP. I remember the beefs and the power crabs. And we look at how each one of those individually, rather than affect performance of sporting ability, affect our overall health. Then if we move on to the emotional health, that might be also known as mental health. That looks at how well we are within our mind. Levels of anxiety, levels of happiness, contentment, where we fit on that continua. And then social health looks at our interaction with others, our friendship groups, our peer groups within school, the family units around us. Right, now to take a look more at the physical health. So that's how, if we're regularly taking part in physical activity, we would develop our beefs and our power crabs, our physical health. And rather than looking at how maybe cardiovascular endurance can affect us as a footballer, we need to look at how these elements of fitness can help in everyday life. If you take flexibility, for instance, it might be if you have good flexibility, then you find it easy to put your shoes on in the morning. You can tie your shoes, you can reach into the cupboard to get some food out. If you've got good strength, yes, it allows you to push people off a ball in football, but in overall everyday life, we're able to carry our bags home from the shop. With cardiovascular endurance, good ability of that allows us to kind of move around school easier, move around in our everyday life. If we need to walk into town, we can do that very, very simply. So if we think of physical health and examples of how it helps us in everyday life. So now moving on to emotional health, and emotional health, remember, is another word for mental health. As we exercise, we release these things called endorphins, which is like a happy hormone. And endorphins are released when we smile and we feel good. If somebody gives us some chocolate and it makes us feel nice, that same emotion gets us when we do exercise. Because if we think historically, we were like hunter-gatherers, and we needed exercise in order for us to eat because we need to chase prey down and kill it and get the food. So if we didn't enjoy exercise, then as a species wouldn't have survived. And that emotional response, still goes today. Now, also with physical exercise, the emotional health, it gives us more energy. Now, obviously, there's an energy cost to being physically active, but equally, the more fit you are, the more energy you have. It increases your self-esteem, which is your feeling of self-worth, so it makes you feel good about yourself, and also increases your confidence. And also it gives us a reduced risk of dementia in old age. Now, being physically active does that. Now, you may have seen in the news recently, Sir Bobby Charlton, the ex-Manchester United and England footballer, he's been diagnosed with dementia, but that's kind of related to repeatedly heading an old football, which is something affected players in the 70s. A number of footballers have got that. So it doesn't actually, the heading of the football causes it, but general regular physical activity can reduce dementia. Right, with the social health, how physical activity helps us with that? It does enable us to form and maintain relationships. If you think of the sports teams you play with, you may have a friendship group in school, and it might be a very different friendship group that you have in your teams. You see mixed emotions around your team, so being around other people, you become more aware, you get more feelings of empathy for other people. You get to meet lots of people. They can be teammates, they can be officials, they can be parents, opponents. So you meet lots of people and you become more normalised in social settings, and that can certainly help you if you're going forward for interviews in later life. When you play for a team, it gives you a really good sense of belonging. So I know some of you come to PE in your teams, like training tops, etc. So you're proud of that team, and it also develops the teamwork. And teamwork's very important, obviously, in the world of work. When you're moving into your employment, your boss will give you a job, and you need to work together with a team to overcome that goal. And that same skill is the same as working in a team in a sporting setting. So, somebody who is has the overall well-being, they're going to be much happier in their life. So, if they take care of the physical, the mental, the social, if they're happier, they're going to be more successful. If the stresses come up in whatever area of their life, they can deal with that. If people are lacking in any one of the components, then that can lead to lower amounts of well-being and less resilience and unable to carry on with a healthy life. Now, to review that information, we're going to complete task sheet 4.1. And on 4.1, at the top of it, we need to give the definitions of what physical health is, social health, and emotional health. And then we work down, giving examples of how we achieve them and what benefits we get through physical activity and sports. And this is to get an understanding of your application of the work that we've just done. So good luck with that, and hand it into your teacher when you're back.